talked about, and you've talked about it publicly too, just the the difficulties in our own trad movement with a lack of penance, a lack of a zeal for, something's wrong in the church. Some bishop did some horrible, scandalous thing. Let's all go do reparation. Nobody's tweeting about, hey, let's go. Okay, let's all meet at the church, do some reparation. Steve, what are your thoughts on that? This is something that you've spearheaded a lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, no one says pray for. No one says pray for them. We go to the mass. We all love the traditional mass. We all fight for the land language. But when we hear St. Paul's readings being told to us in the mass that we like, and then later on in English, right after, you have no excuse unless you're maybe Hispanic and you just don't know either, and you don't try afterwards. I don't know. But it's read to you, look how they love each other. Pray for your enemies. Do good that persecute you. All this. It's almost like, it's the pray, hope, don't worry. Do we like the bumper sticker, or do we want to actually practice it? You're just like the worry. We worry, anxiety. Why worry? Pray, hope, don't worry. Oh, I love Pio. You might like the guy, but you don't like this. White man can't jump. You might be listening to Jimmy, but are you hearing Jimmy? Same thing with this is the love. It goes into fasting. How much you love our Lord. Pope Benedict XIV said that. The badge of Christian honor, which Matthew just brought up. And he goes, this is the time where you might say you love him, but show it by your actions. How do you love? How much do you really love him? Can you give up that Twinkie? I thought about bringing in like a buffet of food behind me while we're doing this, but I didn't get to it in time. But yeah, no one says pray. Even like the reading a couple weeks ago, the Publican and the Pharisee. Maybe I'm thinking of Byzantine. I'm sorry. I got Byzantine sermons coming in too. There was 2 weeks ago was the Publican and the Pharisee, where he was fasting, but he was so proud of himself like a peacock. Look at me. Look what I'm doing. Look how good I am. I'm fasting. I'm tithing. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. But in his heart of hearts, he was worthless. And the other guy was sitting on the ground going, beating his chest, not looking up, have mercy on me, a sinner. Where are we on that? Are we on Twitter trying to say, hey, look at me. Look what I'm doing. I don't even like the ones where you say, hey, I'm going to mass. What do I need to pray for you for? Just go. Don't tell me you're going. Just do it. I never tweeted, even though Twitter wasn't around then. I would have never thought, hey, I'm going to the gym to run 38 stairs, shoot 500 times, then work out afterwards. What would you like me to do for you while I'm doing this? Just go do it. It's the whole sports analogy with, St. Paul writes about it. Run the race, run hard. Mm-hmm. People in sports, they eat right. They do everything for their body. They're not worried about what other people think of them. You get into a gym when no one's at. You always hear like Larry Bird would go in and try to find something, and nobody knows what he's doing. He's running laps before practice, and then there's practice. The asceticism in sports, everyone takes Matthew knows he's running races. The dude runs from one side of Florida to the other side of Florida. He's doing
80-degree weather too.
Across the channel, then run into Scotland. You have to have your body trained in order to do this, just like St. Paul says. But that's just for the palm that withers. What are we doing for the palm that doesn't wither? Where's our mindset is just so out of whack. We get angry. It's terrible times. Great. There was a book, the Pageant of the Popes. I just heard about the other day. So it talks about all the bad popes. We act like it's the worst time. It was perfect before and never after. But Father Mateo talks about penance. 1 million people in Chicago doing penance. Could you imagine that? We can't get 1 million people in the world, much less in Chicago. But if we just went, all right, this bishop stinks. Fine. What are we doing for it? Pray. Get some, instead of calluses on your fingers, get calluses on your knees, or fast a little bit more. But don't tell anybody you're doing it. And then do it joyfully.